The Miraculous Hatch. Airport in the north. The frogs awaken. Thousands of them. Green, brown, brown and green, thumbnail-sized, springing outward from a center that is everywhere, bumping and hopping, squashed to effigies by the cars that can't stop, unstoppable in their glee of legs. Stand still to watch without killing them, or stay behind glass. Gradually, gazes find the Casablanca man still sitting at the curb, his lap alive, legs, back, arms, and chest caressed by flicks, a cold-blooded strumming. Coffee soup. Drinking my coffee with a spoon from a bowl, and just the other day you said I was no artist. Summer composition. I am part of the detritus under a tree, plum pits covered with sand and circumnavigated by ants, cellophane, matchsticks, cigarette packs and butts, little wounded areas of mashed raspberry pulp, nutshells and plastic. A red and white petal like a shot snowflake tumbles from the branch above. All of this cacophony of bits is joined to a profusion in the air. Hammer bangs, traffic, children's voices and an adult's command, lawnmowers, a fly's wings as he covets my flesh, the angry knurr of a hornet knocked by a breeze from the berry remains, a strange interlude of Hawaiian music followed by a milk-soft voice suggesting immediate travel arrangements. Meanwhile, an ant has crawled a distance of miles through a time of years, from the plum pit up onto the bench beside me. I flick him with my finger as in crokinole, and a string of inertia jerks him out over the world. While the fly, interestingly, has folded up his wings and is traversing a grass blade from ground to tip and back again, over and over, like a man who has suddenly found something he can't fail at. Hair in a library book. Gray and brown and white, slim bookmark of cells, with an amber aching root, conjugal as a bead of sap. I start to take it out, then stop. The edges of each page are gold. Beaver skull. White bone, yellowed a bit like ivory on an old piano. Two great eye sockets and the slightly fragmented lower mandibles I have placed on either side, flanking the main skull, storehouse of everything it was. Below the large eye holes where everything flooded in, the optic nerve passage through which a fiber now gone tapered the world, sawn into pictures. The tiny teeth rows like an empty corn cob, the nostrils with flap of bones still seeming wary and defensive, sniffing suspiciously, ready for the great tail slap. Hole and back where it all filtered out again, owl roost and poplar leaves toppled nerve to limb. And I can't forget the two superb orange-yellow teeth, curved in a perfect parenthesis. I once saw maple chips 3 inches round and an inch thick, the muscles that must have supplied those tusks. Ideally simple remnant of the living beast, it sits to my left on the windowsill, but the goad of its white serenity is complex. I will one day be as perfect as it is without even trying. Stirring a can of soup on the stove. The window pane is freckled with rain, and I am stirring a can of soup on the stove. The thing I think is to do this, just to do it, and only it. To remember perhaps as well that this drizzling February afternoon will become green-shooted April, then hot August, in the comforting cliché of seasons. To look no further nor aim higher than the opening of this can of clam chowder, the addition of a reasonable amount of milk, and the heating of both elements to an edible warmth. Rye bread, ice water, the hum of the fridge, and there is some cheese left if I am still hungry. The rain taps. The element glows red. The darkness sets in. As for the truly terrible events of the last 2 days, which cannot be forgotten, the thing I think is not to forget them, but rather to remember that they happened, and merely happened. Neither to dismiss nor dwell upon them, but to remember and heat this soup. And then I think the thing to do is to wash the dishes, set them up to dry, make the bed as carefully as I ever have, and get into it.